Hello, I'm Kevin Lynn, Executive Director of the Institute for Sound Public Policy, and today is Wednesday, January 10th, 2024. Now, will it go down as a day that will live in infamy? No, but it will certainly be a day whose repercussions are going to be felt for the next couple years, if not decades. I attended a number of hearings on the Hill, as well as a panel discussion, and met with a lot of friends and colleagues. And a hearing that really stuck out was the opening salvo on the impeachment of Department of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. Now, this is something that I personally have been calling for 2 years, and I think it's not only completely justified from a legal standpoint, it's absolutely necessary to do so. Now, I'm opining on a couple statements that were made. Now, later on, we're going to be putting up a bunch of clips from the hearing, but I wanted to focus on just one. And this was one of those things that, you watch and, as they say, really sticks in your craw. Well, this is what happened. Representative Mike McCall, he's a congressman from Texas. During his statement, his 5 minutes, he quoted the late, great congresswoman from Texas, Barbara Jordan. And essentially the quote, and he accurately, not just accurately quoted her, but really captured her character and values when it came to immigration with that quote. And he said essentially, what Barbara had said was, for our immigration system to be effective, at the end of it, someone needs to be deported. Well, Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee, also from Texas, and interestingly enough, sitting in the seat that used to be occupied by the late, great Barbara Jordan. Now, she took great exception to that comment by Mike McCall. And she didn't offer specifics, but essentially she said his quote was completely out of character and inaccurate with regard to Barbara Jordan. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you something. Nothing can be further from the truth. So I'm going to play for you Mike McCall's statement, then I'll play Sheila Jackson Lee's statement, and then I'm going to offer evidence that what Congressman McCall quoted of Barbara Jordan was completely congruent with her views and values when it came to immigration, because she hosted a committee, not just a committee, but really a congressional study on immigration, which later became known as the Jordan Commission. And then following that clip, I'm going to chat with you a little bit more. And so in the interest of time, here are the clips.
Quote, I don't quote former Texas Congresswoman Barbara Jordan very often, but she said, quote, for the system to be credible, people actually have to be deported at the end of the process.
And let's look at the onset, I'm reminded of the words of the Representative Barbara Jordan, complete difference from what I heard her quoted before. I know that she did an excellent job in trying to frame the immigration issues of years past. My predecessor represented Houston like I do. She endorsed me, glad to say a mentor. Like her, my faith in the Constitution is whole. It is complete. It is total.
Trump raised eyebrows this week when he claimed he shares the same ideas on immigration as Texas political icon Barbara Jordan. Jordan is a revered figure with statues honoring her legacy on the UT campus and at Austin's airport. The Democrat became the first African-American woman to serve in the Texas Senate and the first woman to serve Texas in Congress. Jordan is remembered for her eloquence and her sense of justice and ethics. Some people see Barbara Jordan as the complete opposite of Donald Trump, so it took many folks by surprise when he compared his views to hers. On Wednesday, the president posted a message on the White House website saying Jordan backed common sense reforms and said his America First approach to immigration is in the spirit of Jordan's vision. Jordan led a bipartisan commission on immigration reform in the 1990s. She spoke about the commission's work in 1995, just a few months before her death.
We have concluded that a properly regulated legal immigration system is in the national interest. We support the basic framework of current policy, but I said properly regulated, and I mean that. Immigration is not a right guaranteed by the U.S. Constitution to everyone anywhere in the world who thinks they want to come to the United States. Immigration is a privilege. It is a privilege granted by the people of the United States to those we choose to admit. But this is not a mere favor that we grant to people because we're generous. We're a generous nation, yes, but administration is in our national interest. We admit that. It is in our national interest to unite families and create economic growth and protect those who flee persecution.
The Jordan Commission called for ending immigration for low-skilled workers, enhanced border security, and preventing businesses from hiring people in the country illegally.
Well, thanks for watching that. As a follow-up, if you want to learn more about Barbara Jordan and her views on immigration, I suggest you go to our website, the Institute for Sound Public Policy.org. Simply search Barbara Jordan. You're going to find two papers by the late Vernon Briggs. Now, Vernon was a professor of labor economics at Cornell. He was also one of our founding board members. And he really lays out Barbara Jordan's view and the committee's view on the direction immigration needed to take. And the tragedy is they did brilliant work, but there was no follow-up. So here we find ourselves with a disaster at our border, our immigration system working against the nation's citizenry as opposed to helping and working with, you know, where we should be going. And so, anywho, that's it for now. Thanks so much, and be sure to check us out. Again, the Institute for Sound Public Policy.org. Kevin Lynn signing out.